Boyfriend jumped out of moving car during argument while I'm 6 months pregnant. Me, 25F, and my boyfriend, 28M, were on the way to an ultrasound this morning, which I had to schedule 3 months ago. He worked a night shift, so I offered to drive so he could rest. We don't have a toxic relationship and rarely argue, but we had what I thought was a small disagreement in the car. I needed to fill up on gas and asked him to finish filling the tank. When he got back in, I noticed it didn't cost much, and he said he didn't fill it up all the way. I suggested he fill it up completely next time so I wouldn't have to stop for gas sooner. I paid for the gas, so it wasn't about money. This upset him, and he got angry, saying, "Don't talk to me like that." I apologized and said I would ask in a nicer way, emphasizing it wasn't a big deal. He continued to get angrier, insisting I didn't understand. I then got frustrated and told him he needed to communicate better because simple conversations shouldn't escalate into arguments. I was listening and apologizing, and he needed to consider how he spoke to me. When I raised my voice and said, "Fuck you," he opened the car door while we were driving on the highway. I slammed on the brakes, shocked, and pleaded with him not to do this, saying I loved him and we could work it out. He jumped out and walked across the highway. I pulled over and texted him, urging him to come back for our safety, but he replied, "I'm done with you." He returned after 10 minutes, got back in the car, and said, "Take me home." I explained that the ultrasound was important and calmly insisted I was going to the appointment. I cried for an hour because I'm pregnant and more emotional than usual. He went to the ultrasound without speaking to me, and when I came out of the restroom afterward, he had left, taking all the ultrasound pictures with him. I feel he is completely wrong in this situation. His actions put me and our unborn child in danger over his emotions, which is unacceptable and frightening. I had planned to fly to where my family lives in 2 months to give birth, but now I'm considering going there sooner for my safety and to be around rational people. I recognize my emotions are heightened due to pregnancy, and I'm open to the possibility that I could be wrong. I know I shouldn't have raised my voice, but I still believe it's unacceptable to endanger us. He remains extremely angry and refuses to communicate. TLDR, a small argument led to me raising my voice and saying "fuck you" to my boyfriend, who then jumped out of the car on a crowded highway while I was driving 6 months pregnant. I need advice on whether I should leave and stay with family and if his behavior is completely unacceptable or if I could have handled things differently. I'm wondering if it's best to move back to my family and tell him I want him to mature and work on his priorities before the baby is born, or should I work on things myself and stay? Update: thank you to everyone who commented, I appreciate your input. To clarify, there was traffic, so we weren't moving very fast on the highway. This is the first time something like this has happened. He has shown emotional signs before, but never to this extent. I understand this situation is toxic, and I mentioned we don't have a toxic relationship to emphasize that this was unexpected. I talked to him a bit, but he doesn't think he did anything wrong because we weren't moving fast. I've been packing my things all day and plan to leave in the next few days.
If you liked this video, make sure you hit the like button and comment down below your thoughts. Also don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos like this.